now. We've now passed by the 7th layer into Tilum Observatory and will slowly enter the 8th layer. We made it for Underworld on the 6th layer. Via 6 hours drive in the Shadow Border, we were ready to go the rest of the way on foot, but the job I got from Dinosaur King is still on. I'm much faster than Olivia when it comes to moving through the jungle. Even with all 3 of Yuki Mash and nekoxx on my back, it ain't no big deal. What a wonderful gait you have. Brother Rock-chan, despite running at such incredible speed, your back isn't shaking at all. It's almost as if your leg and torsos are attached to different beings. When it comes to riding, you surpass even the Sphinx. Thank you, Rock-chan. Save your thanks for when we safely arrive at our destination. Real scary for me to once pass this point, you know? We're lucky Rock-chan remained in Chichen Itza. There is some worry surrounding by means of travel in Chaldea's operation, but that seems to have resolved itself for now. Incidentally, how do you feel about up there, Da Vinci? I doubt I pose the same bit as Rock-chan, at least. In exchange, however, I have the perk of being able to slightly float and even glide through the air. It's awesome to think the feathers on your arms could serve as wings. They are mostly for balancing my running postures, but well, yes. If I employ Magetrap I learned from Nemo, Professor, I might be able to take off like Demusit even. Yuki, Mash, nekoxx, Da Vinci, myself and Rock-chan and Howchat in their basic state, of course. We put an emphasis on speed to get us 7 to the bottom layer. Now, is there anything you wish to know about the 8th layer, the fun underworld border? Do you happen to know something about it, Tipu? Only one has been passed down orally among the priests of Chichen Itza. A sunless underground mountain range, the Black Border, Eyahiku. At first glance it looks like steep mountain, but it's actually a hole inside. A mountain range within another mountain range, if you will. Hello, Posh Cake. In charge of Kieran. The underground mountain range is a world of darkness, which the sun does not reach. And is the lair of the Bat of Terror, Camazotz. One refer him as the 4th watcher of the Wonder World, I suppose. Oh, the maze, we're fighting that blood-sucking bat. Damn it. Where's the great Cuckoo-kan when you need her? Rock-chan, Cuckoo-kan does not fight beings from Mictlan. I thought you knew that. In fact, one could say that Chaldea is currently one of the Cuckoo-kan's targets. When I came across Cuckoo-kan, please don't just carelessly greet her. She'll bisect you along with the 3 on your back. Oh, damn, really? Though, yeah, it's true. Cuckoo-kan's got that kind of side of her, too. Once she determines something out to disturb a piece of Mictlan, she'll waste 0 time in beating them up, like the minus Thanos and stuff. Well, we'll cross that bridge once we actually meet her. I think I'll be able to dodge her pretty well for the first couple attacks, but after that you guys have to do something about her yourselves. Isn't she the god of the dinos? Ain't no rules. Yeah, I can't disobey a god, you know? A god is a living being, same as mankind. Guess how it works for us, getting along or not is up to whether we got the same objective or not. Cuckoo-kan wants to protect Mictlan, you guys want to save your own world. If you ask me, I think both of them are equally righteous, so I might as well lend a hand to decide which I can actually help. Though if Cuckoo-kan was like, hey, help me out, you have to excuse me for needing to think about my position a bit. Not like that's ever gonna happen though. No shackles, no interference. Is there Cuckoo-kan motto after all? How I've been alright. I see, the teaching of Kukukans aren't that of a father who rules over his children, but a mother who protects them. I knew that the Lostbelt King will ultimately become our enemy. Having learned how benevolent she is, it does make me a bit sad. Benevolent? You sure you don't mean belligerent? We do need to be cautious of Kukukan, but I like to stay alert regarding the unaccounted for Ultra Ogamaru as well. Because there's a high possibility that together with Rasputin, she started making moves towards acquiring wards. Our final obstacle will be Kukukan and the alien god basically. Yet though at the moment, our biggest concern are the cutout assault squad results, as well as the 4th Underworld. We'll give all our attention towards making it through the 4th Underworld, at least supporting cutout squad up to Yushion. Different? Unfortunately, I cannot help you directly. First of all you all have yet to overcome the 3rd Underworld. Under normal circumstances, I won't let you act as freely. But out of consideration for Yuki and others, I'll allow you to act without hindrance. Second of all, the character David has already passed the 3rd Underworld. I cannot meddle with him. Thirdly, I have to find where Demon has run off to. You never know what he'll get up to if you leave him to his own device. So you're basically telling us to defeat David into his Kalapoka, who's likely to be with him by ourselves. You got it, that's it. I'm not that heartless of a goddess. I will immediately report the route used by the Cryptor when they arrive so that you have the best possible chance of successful ambush. Your opponent may be a Cryptor, but he's still human. This Kalapoka also does not have a sync graph as his vessel, but the body of a human. If you prepare for every eventuality, I'm sure you'll have a fair chance at winning. You have an important part to play, do you not? Best of luck. It's been an hour since then. I'm sure Yuki and the others have entered the 7th layer by now. Oh, you mean my other avatar? That's my alternative avatar though. Fortunately, we were able to arrive here in ahead of David. All we needed was a heavy-duty vehicle with a top-rate driver. Blasting through the sea of trees at top speed, I almost didn't think you had it in you. On that I fully agree. Wait, why am I here? Why am I part of the assault squad, Zemplis? Couldn't you have picked Mineur instead? Mineur still hasn't fully recovered from his injuries. If blood were to burst from his forehead when he was in the middle of driving, it proved fatal for all of us. Sure, the excellent racers that he is know just how dangerous it can be. If you're in the middle of a do-or-die driving situation, sweet sweat happens to drip into one's eyes, or am I mistaken? Always appealing straight to my pride. Then can I at least get this passenger seat filled? I need a co-driver I can trust to wipe the sweat off my hands. But why, of course, allow me? The sweat of an Alexian hands will ever so carefully and gently be tended to by the light dabbling with these bunny ears of mine. I'm still the same person. Perhaps you may be interested in serving as my exclusive co-driver for the whole next season. I'm getting shivers just listening to that sickeningly sweet voice. Still haven't learned your lessons, have you, Gord of Music? Hey, if you want to fall prey to her again, I'm not going to stop you, but please save it for when we return to the first surface. Koen's Kai has been there are any contact from Ershkigo yet. You arrived just a moment ago. D-Bit Roots is projected to look like this. They are also going very fast. We're never going to make it from here. But seems like you finally met your match, D-Bit Semvoid. 20 kilometers until the junctions point won't pose a problem for me. Though watch me, I'll slam into your side while breaking my personal record. Now let's try making this our junction site instead. We'll lie in wait for them in the middle of the desert. You can make it in 10 minutes, can't you? After that, that is where myself and Karnsky will come in. We'll plant the explosive and beast traps we've got. That is what we have the armed DOS Karnsky here for. Naturally, you may consider it done. My large quantities of flame wars and C2 won't let a single insect get away, and repay the debt I was incurred in Chichen Itza with 50% interest. Right on then, tighten those seatbelts, pedal onto the metal. Let's meet those bastards with our battle formations. In perfect order, why don't you? Hello, Shamiyama. Thanks for the raid. It's not new though. Let's meet those bastards with our battle formation in perfect order, why don't we? Incidentally, Kadok, I understand you investigate the Stormborder libraries. Do you find anything useful? I did find a document which I believe explains D-Bit's past. Really? Oh, you. Why didn't you say so in advance? I'm in the middle of driving, you know? If we talk about that now, I'm not going to be able to concentrate. The information wasn't really much of anything, to the point that it wasn't relevant to our theories. Even if I brought it up during the mission briefing, Abram would have just been all, that's it? As a result, I've been putting off talking about it. But it's a good opportunity, listen up. About David Semvoid. I'll give you the basic summary of how he became the infant terrible of the clock tower. The Association of the World of Magecraft has 3 camps: the Atlas Institute in Egypt, the Wandering Sea in the North Sea, and finally the largest among them, the Clock Tower in London. Generally when people talk about the Mage Association, they mean them. Within the Clock Tower there are 13 departments. The Department of General Fundamentals, Individual Fundamentals, Spiritual Evocation, Meteorology, Zoology, Lore, Botany, Astromancy, Creation, Hexology, Archaeology, Policies, and finally established only 200 years ago, Modern Magecraft. That is an organization founded by Mearsbury and his spear, the Lord of Astromancy. So naturally, the Magi and Chaldea from there are about 80% from the Department of Astromancy, but 20% have recruited from elsewhere. The later 18th Cristeria was obviously a young genius from the Department of Astromancy. And the one set to rival Cristeria genius was David, hailing from the Department of Lore. The Department of Lore so placed conducting research and compilation of myths that would seem to have quite the close relationship to the servants would not. Ah, you tickle my nose, and so flutter my mustache. Is there something the driver wishes to say? At first I thought it was the same thing. Haha, this is what always ties trips up the layman. You see, servants are familiars who take spiritual form. As such, they fall under the Department of Evocation. The Department of Lore, on the other hand, was organized by Headmaster of the Clock Tower, Christian. They are a department that researches exophanthropy, angels and demons, and these have absolutely nothing to do with legends and heroes really. Whoa, why yes, I would love to take you up an offer to shave your mustache. Oh, but wait a second. If they're researching angels and demons, doesn't that mean they're somewhat involved with servants regardless? Those are both phenomenons that heal from legends. For example, Divine Spirit used as my primary source originating from the Kojiki is a... That's not the same coin, Kaya. The Department of Individual Fundamentals, Evocation, Astromancy, and Acrology deal with different countries' mythology as well, as they are shared principle and disciplines established by mankind. Therefore, the angels and demons that appear in all different mythology are common knowledge among Magi. The Maids Association is an organization that treats its human history itself as one system of lore while aiming to expand upon it. For the association, the lore of mythology equals common knowledge. It is not something studied by just one department. Within such an organization, if there is something that is truly treated as lore, then it would have to be existence that extend beyond common knowledge. In all likelihood, the Department of Lore deals with substance, not from Earth. Super artifacts scattered around Earth. Since time immemorial, spoken of in no mythology, and tinctured by unknown laws, out-of-place artifacts, or upars for sure. Even within the world of magecraft, where angels and demons are treated as common knowledge, these angels and demons are treated as taboo. In other words, there's a threat to mankind. It's a Department of Lore that is charged with discovering, investigating, and storing them. The other departments also contribute to mankind, but the Department of Lore exists for the purpose of quantering things to exophanthropic nature. This is also why the headmaster is the Lord of Lore. An ordinary mage born in the common era could never hope to control it. Indeed, there's a few select under the headmaster at their command. They are often called an elite squad, but that couldn't be further from the truth. People assigned there can never be successful career. They are slaves that have devoted their lifetimes to decoding extraterrestrial threat. It's not a department you can easily quit, but that Anosphere must have scouted David personally. If a lord directly talks to someone, then not even the headmaster could easily refuse them. Not in Nexus, the Atmosphere had nothing to do with it. Publicly, it was widely rumored that he was banished, but as a matter of fact, he actually left by his own violation. It's likely he didn't receive an invitation from former director Mary Speary, but he quit the Department of Lore on his own and entered Astromancy to join Chaldea. Meaning that he willingly sold himself to Chaldea. I see. Did you go through his history before quitting the Department of Lore? It was in a data bank, wasn't it? Yeah, all 8 years in which he was registered in the Department of Lore are still there. But there isn't a single trace of him before then. No entries for the Department of Lore or from Astromancy. Not even the Department of General Fundamentals, which all the students have registered for when they first enroll at the clock tower. All we know that is that David was a genius who suddenly appeared at the clock tower at the age of 10. Though the Department of Policy's database were shared with the porter, more might have turned up about him. As if they ever be, the Department of Policies also serves as the internal auditing institutions of the clock tower. If all that confidential information were leaked to the outside, it would entail a wave of scandals throughout the entire clock tower. Ah, so that is what the Department of Policies that it excellently belongs to is like. You hold the other Magi pass over their heads with questionable legal methods, I take it. Go on, Kadok, continue. Right, so after that I stopped looking into David's past and instead started looking through the documents of the entire Department of Lore. Took me all day to read through just one of those tightly sealed documents, so as you might expect, I never finished it if I went it alone. However, it was clear which I needed to investigate. I got some help from Shion and then finally found what I was looking for. July 2004. The only thing written on the file was document 5 minutes. The actual contents of files I could never decipher. Actually, it would be probably more correct to say that the contents of files had nothing in them. However, on that day, we know that across London and its surrounding academics, an incident of undetermined origin occurred. While Mictlan has spells active in London at the time were frozen. Avery noticed the disturbance, but not only did everything go back to normal quickly, the Migi at the time also fought. There must have been some sort of problem with my spells. I cannot report this kind of mistake. So it was never made official, and nobody at the academy was ever charged for the affair. Oh, an accident like that. Had it been me, I surely had noticed that it was a major incident. But since I didn't know about it, it's probably happened late at night. Be quiet, Your Excellency. I take it you imply that the same day this so occurred across all of London. The Department of Lore. Document 5 minutes happened as well. Correct, at this time, in the preparation room, one of the instructors who worked at the Department of Lore, an angelic artifact was exposed. Exposure time lasted for only 0.2 seconds in real time. This is most likely the origins of the freeze that happened to all the spells in the clock tower. The name of the owner of this preparation room is completely gone. It's been removed, not just from all the data, but from everyone's mind as well. So there's no way to investigate it. I suspect the only one who recalls it is the headmaster. The criminal who, even if only briefly, incurred a loss on all Magi in the clock tower has literally been unpersoned. However, the documents detailing this incident does say there was one survivor. Given the circumstance, this survivor was probably the instructor's son. He was 10 years old at the time. His whereabouts are of course unknown after this. A few months after the incident, a prodigy with no history at all suddenly appeared at the Department of Lore on the headmaster's recommendation. This was David Samvoid. And though his age at the time was unknown, it is stated that his physical body was at the age of 10. My conjecture is that this boy who lost his father through this angelic artifact was in fact David. So a boy who lost both his father and history through an incident at Department of Lore, then still an angelic artifact. Isn't that one of those a single glance is enough to drive you insane kind of objects? Some theorize that they vaporized the brain and turned them into a receiver capable of picking up on the signals sent out by the beings who dropped the artifact on Earth. So basically ever since then, David Samvoid has... Okay, now, so that is how it is. We're missing something about David Samvoid. The way he thinks and acts different from how mankind does, and always was. Are those not the words Kristeria left behind for us? The being from beyond mankind that invaded Earth was David the alien god's pawn all along? Sorry, you had to hold that thought. We were right at the attack point. Turn up the shadow engines and have it enter camouflage mode so it blends in with the sand dunes. Let's do this, Coin Sky, and plant a minefield big enough to turn this 500-meter circles into a hell on Earth. Why did I kick to main menu? A sandstorm? I wasn't here before. Is this your work, Tisakala Polka? What the hell, man? You come across some fucked up situation and immediately blame me? This is Camazotz doing. That piece of shit using command cells on servants without thinking anything through. Seems like he really wanted them, so I sold them off. Never would have guessed he would be all I want to be a master too. You think I saw something that's to be coming? Hell no. I do it because you give trials to basically everyone you see. Isn't it about time you start showing some restraint? So what do you think of Camazotz? He's a shit. Had we been in the Aztec Empire, I'd be stronger than him. But here in the Lostbelt, he wins out. Strongest guy around even. Lucky for us, he's busy playing with command spells. I think once his toys used up, he finally show up his true self. I see. Then we can overtake Chaldea. Now we just have to hope we don't run into Cuckoo-kan. Hey. We'll see which of one of us has to sacrifice themselves when the time comes. Wait, considering it Cuckoo-kan, maybe I should. She's an imitation god. Who's that mellow crap made for the Lostbelt, but given what she's imitating, I should pair out well against her. Guess I gotta show this super move spamming newbie what an experienced blocker looks like. What's up, Izakali? You seem to be down. Got car 6s on your first 4WD road trip? No, everything is fine. The landscape here was unfamiliar, so I got a bit dizzy. Don't worry about me. T-Lock, on the other hand, when we left the Mexico City, I couldn't see her anywhere. Great to Skala Polka, where has she gone? Given she's ain't returning to my side, I say she probably lost. It's a bit of a letdown, but I won't speak ill of her. Originally I summoned that spirit in order to build you guys a city. She fulfilled her role more than plenty. So it was not you who constructed Mexico City? I could have done it myself, sure, but given the terrain, she was the best suited for it. That's a thing. Certifiably proper human history made. See, Mexico City actually is the modern way of referring to it. Beautiful Mezzapan, the Lake of the Moon, the flowing sea capital of the Aztec Kingdom, the city worshipping two gods. It's of a complete different caliber to the Cannon ruins of Chichen Itza that the dinos rebuilt. The capital of the Aztec Kingdom, beautiful Mezzapan, the Lake of the Moon. What's up, more dizziness? We're soon about to hit the lowest layer, so keep it together. You've gone this far, Izakali. Your battles and your time until now shouldn't be wasted. Yes, understood. My life, all of it, is for the sake of the fury rooted within my soul. Corrector, explain yourself. Enemy attack, hold on tight. Damn, not bad, David. Where'd you get so good at driving, huh? Fucking Hollywood? Sad to say, but a distance learning, I used to like movies, but haven't seen one in many years. We're out of the minefield. Fortunately, our undercarriage also made it through somehow, but what? Divine Spirit class servants ahead. Welcome to my very own Takamagahara. I've been expecting you, war god. I am pleased to inform you that this minefield is not but the opening stanza of the opening act, with but enough gunpowder for one of my little fingers. If I'm allowed both Karak and Gordo magical energy path, then this is how it turns out. Transfigure before the free stance. The deity of weaponry. Itsu Satsuwa no Okami, allow me to be frank, this will be your burial ground. A goddess of weaponry. It would appear, do you know her? Barely, but this isn't good. I can't see how the hell I'm supposed to win against her. I understand. Then take Izakali with you and go. This Kalapoka, as long as you arrive, that is good enough. You got it, see ya, master. He's letting his servants get a head start escape, while he himself is commencing suicide attack using his vehicle. Should it not be the other way around? The servant sought to fight in this situation. Letting your servant fight while you, the master, escapes is what a normal person would be thinking. What a normal human would do. It's not something I thought I'd hear from you, but at such a good time, imitating an apostle of the alien god. I suppose you're on Karea's side now. Even if it's only a temporary contract, Karak sure has taken a drastic measure. Providing magical energy to a beast candidate, and through two paths at that. Not a new realization. But you mankind never have it easy, do you? And no matter how dangerous it may be, you'll do what you can. Even fully aware of whatever consequence it may bring. He's nearing 400 meters and past it. Grrr. Does this rascal think he's better than me off-road? What now? If we don't do something, he'll break through. Damn it. I'll fire up the engines. We'll get on this tail. Now stay patient. I wasn't expecting the minefield to be enough to stop him anyway. Sky is our main firepower. She's taking out the magical energy of not only you and me, but all the equipment in the Shadow Border as well. Right now, she's a divine spirit of the highest order. If we fumble our way in between them, we'll just become collateral damage. Yes, I see. You stay put. That woman's the type to pull the trigger on even her allies, without even thinking twice about it. No, she even do it with a smile on her face. Two people are jumping off the car. Is that Tizkala Polka and Izakali? David is still in the car. Wait, he doesn't intend to ram it into Konska, does he? All Konska and you Sly Fox. She blew up the car right in front of her without batting an eyelid. That damn David jumped out at the last moment. But bwahaha, we've all but won. As if a single Megas with no servant could ever go up alone against that bewitching beauty. Get the Shadow Border moving, simplest. First we'll catch a David, and then it's Tizkala Polka's turn. Yeah, my beach catching spells are set up at Koen's rear. We'll be able to track down Tizkala Polka immediately, or should we be able to at least? Do we succeed? I'd be bracing myself for things to go against us at least once, but... What are these bios? The measure by the Human Order Foundation is showing some strange fluctuation, that said. Back in your seat, Cutout. Body reinforcement now. Put everything into keeping yourself safe. So this is the 4th underworld. Beautiful, isn't it? Perhaps the glittering minerals. It is almost as if we're standing under the night sky. The form the path takes here are quite close to those of the 2nd underworld. Thin path-sized cliffs that seemingly continue forever. Mictlan, let everyone down and proceed carefully. It'd be dangerous if 2 of us ran here. Sure thing, dang, so it is the underworld. Where you're not climbing the outside of a mountain, but the inside, that is something. Seems like whatever happens, we gotta make our way to the summit if we want to pass through the other side. So even if we lose our footing and fall down, this kind of tensy slope means you'll get back up in no time, yeah. That is reckless picking, Wat-chan. There are a great many ghosts at the bottom of the valley. If you fall down, they will start clinging at you, at which point climbing up the walls will surely prove exceedingly difficult. I guess this really is an underworld path that drags down the living. Oh then. Okay, hey everyone, let's form a column along the path so we don't fall down. In that case, it's mine and Mash's time to shine. I'll take the lead. Mash, if we were attacked by an enemy and are about to fall down, hold on to me. I can float for about 3 seconds. With a bit of luck at least. Of course, I'll be counting on you when the time comes. Have a trot. Watching's at the very back. Naturally, whatever happens, he won't let any enemies through, that is for sure. A most logical posting. So Da Vinci, what is the 4th underworld corresponds to proper human history Mictlan? Unlike before, no similarities jump out at me, but it's probably be the 7th level, Teolokoloyoyan. There live fearsome and starved beast. Those of the dead who lose footing on the path forwards are attacked by a jaguar who devours their heart. Also, the jaguar who appears in this underworld is said to be Tezukala Poka Tono, the heart of the mountain. Tepe Yotoloi, the heart of the mountain. It's probably referring to a jaguar as a massive mountain. As the kind of terrifying monster that waits once at the trial of Teolokoloyoyan, the 7th layer Mictlan. Which, since the 4th underworld here is a layer of Camazotz, means the similarity is this confrontation with monsters, see? So then, fighting against a monster, who would be the requirement for making it out at the other end of this underworld? Master, let's make sure we're in fighting shape. Can you summon? It's working fine. Summoning is possible. Alright then, let's advance while on high alert for any enemy attacks. By the way, Senpai, do you not have any of those handy underworld guards on you this time? I mean, in all the underworld borders, you appear to have done some prior preparations, so I was wondering if that's the case now too. Some peppermint bat repellent and raincoat. Transparent raincoats. Let's make me take a look. Yeah, it is element, alright? It's a material used for spacesuits, but why? Oh. Right, those were cosmic rays. Flying about all over the place down here in the 8th and 9th layer until just recently. Yuki, hurry up and put on that raincoat. This amount of radiation won't have any effect on servants and dinos, but it's plenty harmful to humans. Up. Impossible! She changed his clothes in 0.7 seconds. Thank you, Mesh. I'm terribly sober. My body reacted before I could think of it through. No problem, your reaction is absolutely right one. Kinda like the thing putting on someone else's coat when you're going out. We're lucky you were so fast at noticing, Mash. We're still at the entrance of the 8th layer, so there wasn't much harm done. Beyond this point, it would have been dangerous. It's a good thing you prepare as well, Yuki. Worst case scenario, we would have returned all the way back to the border to get materials. The peppermint bat repellent is also proving itself useful. It is the reason why ever since we entered the cave, that the bad seers have been avoiding us. These bats are 10 times faster and more ravenous than the flesh-eating insects. They're furious, in fact. The most terrible blood-sucking creatures in all Mictlan. Even dinos could only hold out for so long if a storm of bats were to attack them. They have fangs that can usually pierce the membrane of our byways, and then there's the feeling of stupor you get after having your blood sucked by them. It's a terrifying sensation when your cerebral functions are paralyzed, and your entire being feels a rush of euphoria, making you feel as if nothing really matters. It's probably safe to say they're the apex predators here, to the point where even among dinos, there's this item of back intoxication. I think that is just regular intoxication. Regardless, peppermint won't work on Camazotz. In all likelihood, he's not someone who would avoid us on account of smell alone. Most likely, yes, since we're heading to summit, Camazotz is starting to attack us. That's something we'll just deal with when we get there. Our biggest priority is speed above all else. If we want to arrive at the bottom layer before David does, we have to get through here first. Having a race with the Cryptor. I see how it is, then you best hurry towards the 9th layer. Camazotz is not unreasonable. If you reject his order, I won't meddle. Much obliged. You hear what Camazotz said behind me. I was a risk here when we bumped into him, man. Who'd have thought this guy's a real nice one, ain't he? You what? Behind Mokchan? The guy calls out reading, detective, pattern is the match from before. It's Camazotz. Oh no. What tragedy, what tremendous tragedy. What naive ignorance of how powerful the enemy you challenge is. This you die in vain. Those who die in vain are laughingstock, calmly, and I am one to laugh at death. If so, why ought I let you go? I am more than willing to deliver you to hell rather than to the underworld. Behold me, behold my battle. Behold in he which dwells the fierce blood of those sacrificed at the mentioned sunset. And now's the time to grovel. The reverence before me has come. Grovel before the wellspring of death, before the king on the underworld. Before the magna animal's wings in which your fates rest. Grovel before the Camazotz. When will this guy stop talking? Yuki, we're changing formations. Get TB and Mokchan in front. You, me, and Da Vinci will deal with the skeleton soldiers.
悲劇この上なく悲劇挑む敵の強大さを知らぬ楽観すなわち命に見届けよ感染しよう末後のミクトランに高き生贄の血が宿る
ファラオの意向をここにガンガン行くじゃチリンチリン特別それが良いでしょう構わぬ屍の鏡暗黒の鏡扉と恐怖を心暗空ネブタチュゼルちとやりすぎてしまったかの
We're fighting against a beast. So you defeated Khan Warriors head on, not bad. I do have a tremendous thirst for your blood. I shall consider this a session. I shall teach you the shortcut. You do not wish to be overtaken by character, I presume. I can no longer attack Daypit per our convenant. The longer you fight me, the slimmer our chance of victory become. How about it? Is using a shortcut in your interest? You must have some condition, right? It is. The woman, yield her to me. A fair trade, is it not? You get to advance without being killed by Camazotz, and I will give up my dream of becoming mankind's last master. To give up one dream is the most heart-wrenching. To replace one's dream is more fruitless. You mankind ought to sought to understand the depths of such tremendous sorrow. Show some sympathy, and you may take my word for it. The king deals not in falsehood. If the enemy capitulates, they cannot spill blood, and so Camazotz shall not desire any. Now give me your answer. Will you hand her over and avoid bloodshed, or will you not and let blood run? I refuse. Your answer is heard, then I shall seal. Your blood will run, and the woman will be taken. I must have been out of my mind, that was certain from the start. Conduct befitting of Camazotz. You will now arrive at the coffin of Ort. You shall fall down into the bottom of the most ravines of the mountains, and be immersed in the wellspring of death. Can I ask something first? What would you ask? My favorite color? Maybe it is a violet of darkness together with the red of darkness, this dark brown. Is it true that you defeated Ort? From whom did you hear that? Malakukan, or perhaps even the Izukik? Matters not. Whoever it may have been, the outcome remains the same. Such a question is a challenge to Camazotz. Such a question is outrageous slightest towards the Khan. As such, outrageousness shall be answered by outrage. Were you not prepared for that, never would your words have been so firm. Did Camazotz defeat Ort? Could Camazotz have defeated that planet-eating monster? Absolutely, slaughtered and defeated I did. I held nothing back as I slew the cataclysm that had consumed the cosmic tree, Kaiba, and was encroaching upon Mictlan. I threw it into lava and with my claws. I flayed open its chest before I gouged out its bizarre entrails, and so fashioned a lifeless cadaver. And if so be it that you do not believe me, I will demonstrate it to you firsthand. Same grab output, no quantity. Rapidly increasing, 100,000 to 10,000. 100,000. 1,000,000. This is far beyond having multiple synchraps. There are over 100 million working synchraps inside Camazotz. Priest of Kadia, your name matters not to me, but I did feel a sense of kinship with you. Here's your mankind's last master. I can very much relate to that such feeling. No, not anymore. I have forgotten them. There was no need for them in battle. There's no need for them in a king. Feelings are not needed for mankind's final warrior. Speak of my name. I am the champion of Khan. Aspires slaying Bat, the king who forsook his crown. Yet also the weakling who cannot save his world other than by sacrificing every last of his subjects. Sync grab pattern beast. How? There's no way. Test it if you will, the lifeblood of Camazotz. Has Shibala the depths of hell upon us, which the people Khan were burned in the pit of its horror. Moon Cancer. Might as well just mash.
俺の名を語るがいい。カーンの勇者、雲殺しの公務、王冠を捨てしよう。臣民すべてを生贄にしなければ世界も救えなかった弱き者。いざ試せ、 カマソッソの鮮血を。カーンの民が身を投げた縛ればその恐怖の真髄よな。露骨、あまりにも露骨。
ガンガン行こうか。
最高のカード君
ではマチーサ。
愚形、哀れなほど愚形。
では報酬を与えましょう。熱、震え、別れ、我が手の上で弾けるがいい。化粧人うさ、出直せ、システ
血を落ちよう。まき散らすがいい。どの程度だ。
耐えられますか。よーし、やっつけちゃうぞ。
おやご要望とあらば。
露骨、あまりにも露骨。
駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。ああ、人生はとても楽しい。ビューティフルジャーニー。
切り込む。どうだ。
血を落ちよう。まき散らすがいい。まき散らすがいい。
さてカウンティングオーバー。
小さ大きく。
愚形、哀れなほど愚形。露骨、あまりにも露骨。
Oh, damn evade.
館長さん、告白道はこの城の水門、月の城にようこそ。流れたま参りなさい。そう、
愚形、哀れなほど愚形。血を落ちよう。血を落ちよう。まき散らすがいい。
小さく。
オーケー。
バッチリいける。
露骨、あまりにも露骨。
熱し薄ま
悪いね。
あちゃ
猫の手のが。
血を落ちよう。まき散らすがいい。
光るお参りしておきます。パラドックスセット。
愚形、哀れなほど愚形。
耐えられますか。機嫌が良い。示談この私に
露骨、あまりにも露骨。
では報酬を与えましょう。熱、震え、別れ、我が手の上で弾けるがいい。照準捉えました。よい無駄ですよ。遊びが過ぎました。ごめんなさい。 き放題扱ってあげましょう。この私があくまで華麗に。
グキ哀れなほどグキ露骨あまりにも露骨。
ぴょんぴょんぴょん。清掃の時間ですね。逃がしません。降り注げマスター怒らないから。
Well, even though I lost. Detecting and identifying heat source from all around us is a swarm of bats. What do we do? Not even a shining light at them is dispelling this darkness. The bats in the fourth underworld have skins that absorbs light. Yuki Mesh, let's fire the black barrel. Let's scatter those bats. Go for it. Of course, I'll keep the output within a low level, where it'll only sweep away the bats. Here we go. The bats fled in panic to others around the cave. Camazotz gone off to somewhere else too. I could hear the loud sounds of wings flying off somewhere towards the above, till he perhaps fly off to the summit. Camazotz was dominating that battle, not us. There shouldn't be any reason for him to retreat. That's not his nekoxx. Correct, I cannot see nekoxx anywhere. I believe likely she is abducted by the enemy in the midst of the darkness. Perish, you wretches. There's nobody to hear you, nor your shrieks and groans and pleas. I'm the one who killed you. If anything, you ought to appreciate it. You would die in the embrace of the Nile waters. You who made every one of my brothers as your puppet pharaohs. You who would then even slaughter them to last. Why not forgive you? How could I ever? Never will I forgive you. Never. For so long I yearned that this day would come. Why nekoxx? Was it not we who put you on the pharaoh's throne? Everything I did for this day. The day where I could send you all into your grave. That is all I lived for. I made away with my dignity, my being, my body, and my will. So all you would mistake me for someone you could freely manipulate. Also that you would choose me as your next puppet. And now you have been ensnared in my trap. What exactly did you imagine when you heard that I would bestow a gift upon you? Really, a deeper courtesy. A treasure of gold, or perhaps no, of course you would want the taste of my body, had you not. You will all have met your end here. All of you will die by my hands. For insolence plotting to manipulate the pharaohs, you shall perish. Stop and have mercy, we do not want to die. Save us, save us. Say your pleas for my beloved brothers, they who were so mercilessly murdered by you. You are not the head of the land of eternity, but you may rejoice, for neither am I am coming with you. So that I snare you even in death, that I may lay upon you never-ending suffering forevermore. Restored my peers to the pharaohs and took my own life. These sea spirits set out on journeys towards the paradise without suffering. I had the authority to achieve it. And yet I didn't make much such an arrangement. I thought myself lacking of the right. My fury, never did I forget. My hatred, never did I forget it. And I could never forget my sins. No matter how righteous spite I might have been, I believe that I must never forget the sins I have committed. It's so bright. What was I doing? I was fighting against that monster, the bat. Wait, this noise. Awful. 8 blood really is awful. Eating nothing but meat. Their dietary habits are terrible. Record is perhaps better than before, almost as if there's richness to the flavor now. Camazotz, what are you doing? Eating, no matter the warrior hunger will come, and so they sated. I got the urge to suck blood in the middle of my battle with Chaldea. If I wish for something, I stretch out my arm and take it, such as way of Camazotz. I returned to my dwelling and quenched my thirst. Why I brought you with me was a mere habit. First three in order. King Brute, Benny, Emma, Echiko were all servants with the scent of the underworld. I talked to them and used my candles, and turning them into watchers was most enjoyable. I chose you as the force by impulse, but I had forgotten that I used the command spells up. Without them, my desire cannot be fulfilled. There's no meaning in abducting you. Truly worthless, yet also pointless. Has there ever been such a waste of effort? In short, you mean to say I'm your captive. I abducted you, that is all. By impulse too. As you can see, there is no reason. I see, you seem to live on impulse alone, don't you? So was you saving us from T-Lock another impulsive decision? I mean, there you had no reason to fight her either. I felt something unpleasant emanating from you back then. The wavelengths grated at my ears. You're emanating much of the same now, speaking of. Something unpleasant. Only fool wastes their efforts. Camazotz is no fool. I must draw out some meaning from you. Rid my doubts, necromancer. Why is it that you cannot forget? Why is it that after the deed was done, you took your own life? How do you know that? I cannot recall ever telling you my past. I tell you already, I have good ears. The canon ruins and Chichen incidents are not so far. What you said was carried by the wind until it arrived in my ear. Ever since, a third of my brain has been acting strange. Answer me, you succeed in your revenge. The liberation after your vengeance ought to have been creations for your life. And in spite of it all, you took your own life. You chose to not go whatever passed for your paradise. The question has been growing at me. To deny oneself righteousness really deserves salvation after overcoming such toil. Then for what did you squander your life? I devoted every last part of my plotting revenge against the priests, so I wasn't able to make the arrangements for my journey to paradise. A blatant lie. After you had killed the priests, you should have had all the time in the world. You were a ruler who lacked even a single enemy. And it being for the sake of making the priests suffer internally in the underworld is a lie too. Even if you'd not gone there, the system of it underworld would have done so by itself. You had never had any intention of heading for paradise in the first place. Be honest and tell me why. Camazotz knows what is and isn't a lie. Hello, Nabi. How I'm doing fine. What I do not know is the reason for why you decided to do so. Or could it be truly that you actually believe you yourself that you are a sinner? That despite having all justifications and all your authority in the world to do what you did, you were the most sinful of all. So will not say, I shall take the silence as affirmation. Huh. Amusing. Oh, how amusing. Pan-human rulers are really too amusing. You lived your life as an avenger, and your revenge achieved complete success, and yet you renounced your own avenger self, and to prove that you were a sinner who was to meet judgment. There could be no foolish woman. The strength of your obedience is like the sun itself. Imagine rather than taking the path towards godhood, you would mature yourself to your own beliefs. I accept such explanation. Camazotz is satisfied. I shall now return to my tiresome feeding. Stop it. It isn't fair that only my past is the one to be probed. In fact, it is offensive. I will now ask my own questions, understood? Very well, make it brief. You claim to be king of the underworld, or even the true king of Mictlan. If so, how do you feel about the fact that Mictlan is facing its destruction? The sun will soon reach its limits and be extinguished. And then, wouldn't you also perish alongside it? Even with the sun's gone, Camazotz will remain. Mictlan is only the thing which will meet its end. The Thanatos will accept their extinction just as they once did before. But I will not. I will not be extinguished. Even with the sun gone, I can live on with nothing but the heat of the earth. That's how Khan lives for 100,000 years. That's how long it took them to go from their beginning as mammals into men. 100,000 years worth of history and dreams forged this body, and so 6 million years have passed. The Camazotz lives on. The forte held by the king is imperishability. It is the only weapon Camazotz possesses. And that will never change even after this. Or the sun disappears, or the planet is shattered by Ort. If I forget all that past, nothing will remain of it. The present will continue on forever, without any pain, sorrow, or any trace of me. So you really did. By forgetting everything, by not granting oneself a single thing. Is that not enough, Necromancer? If you are to leave the summit, I shall kill you, but if you stay, I shall not. I have no intention of binding you. I have nothing I wish for either. Be free, however. However, under no circumstance are you to become an altar. There could be nothing more vile than that. Camazotz wishes not to look upon you, who is not you. You're remarkably naive, aren't you? My coalition will arrive soon. They may be free shall only serve to increase your opponents. Nonsense, they won't come. Even if his brains were that size of a bird, he must have understood how much he was. No warrior or any satyr would ever challenge Camazotz, let alone for the sake of a single serpent. They will come undoubtedly. I have my misgivings about the decision, but they will. Would you wish to bet on it? It cannot be a bet when my victory is assured. Nevertheless, I shall take you up on it. I may as well. When the time comes that they have fled Mictlan, as they will, you shall speak to me your name. You offer yourself up to your king. And if you challenge me, then I shall give you my underworld. Maybe the queen bloom once more. Is that so? Seems the bet is mine. Then, I mean, look. Not one any structures will appear my word. Keeping no man can never know when to give up, do they? Need to Chris. Refuse to give in, and you fear never show respect. I could think of nothing more pitiful than a champion. There's nobody to regime him in. Yet I shall welcome him. I shall slaughter him. Let the sun of my lifeblood rise upon the peak of the fourth underworld. Priest of Chaldea, it has been quite the journey for both of us. Once I sever your head and better in the leech of your blood, the entertainment will become part of the past, and so be forgotten. The fall of tears at my heart, as such, allow me to show my gratitude. Daybay is a mere image. The numerous the enemy, the more shadow he calls for. Is it conveyed, then let the supper begin. The blood champions upon the altar, the part of human order into grave. The time has come to for thee kill my brethren to human history.
人型の器という
露骨あまりにも露骨。
メンテナンスは十分かな。
君に全チップをかけよう。頼むぞ。
ではマシーサ
愚形哀れなほど愚形露骨あまりにも露骨。
Why is he instantly use
空
read?
想苦言千の草が道を示す仰ぎなさい星を覆う天外を化粧の集まりちぎり守る
血を落ちようどの程度だ。
リラックスリラックス。
文字通り手はいくらでもあるのさ。
愚形哀れなほど愚形。
機嫌がいいので前に進むとしよう。空想苦言千の草が道を示す仰ぎなさい星を覆う天外をそう君たちはあらゆる困難を乗り越えるその勝利を今示そう。ビューティフルジャーニー。さあ行けるところまで行ってみよう。
切り込む。
露骨あまりにも露骨。
おっと
まき散らしがいい。血を落ちよ
ハッピーエンドの話をしよ
う。愚形哀れなほど愚形。
星の宇宙に物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のみ通るがいいガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
切り上げブサ出直せ環境破壊は
夢の世界にひとまず退散。
もっといけると思う。
You can't pass through the barrier. That's so cheating.
お参りしていきますパラドクスセット。示談装填します。
露骨あまりにも露骨。
照準ブースターストライクバーニャ突撃します。確実に
血を落ちよう。まき散らしがいい。
マスター怒らない。
まき散らしがいい。
内熱衝撃弾装填します。内熱衝撃弾装填します。はい前に出ます。はい
愚形哀れなほど愚形。露骨あまりにも露骨。
照準捉えました。バーニャ突撃します。確実に示談装填します。前に出ます。
愚形哀れなほど愚形。露骨あまりにも露骨。
照準捉えました。バーニャ突撃します。確実に
鮮血出血また流血。
ごめんなさい。
The battle ended. As I suspected, we cannot defeat Camazotz. He is a representative of the human histories of Mictlan. For as long as that curse remains, he can never be defeated. He is simply imperishable and nothing more. That was the last warrior's only weapon in his fight against the planet-eating monster. You never had any intention of heading for paradise in the first place. Be honest and tell me why. Camazotz know what is and what isn't lie. That is correct, Camazotz, even though it may have been that the priests were wicked men, indulging in nothing more but their own desires. That could kill them through the process, not decreed by law, with a method cloaked under the cover of darkness as sin. I have no right to enter paradise, and I never thought vengeance was just. Sin to be punished, mistakes are to be atoned. And if that is to be that my murder, my clergy while in the Pharaoh's station was a sin, to speak nothing of my inability to save my brother's then. And until when I took my own life, instead of protecting my chance at the afterlife, I protected my heart. Well then, allow me to recount the events as I saw them. The altars are those who renounce the core of their saint graph. It is for one who live as a saint to renounce their own sainthood, for a warrior unwilling to become king, to become the very king they hated. It is for heroes to betray their beliefs and their lives by their own will. King Britea abandoned the love and adoration she held for humanity and became a cruel and heartless goddess. Banning Emma abandoned her vow to remain the children tale she was and became an adult. JP-rKyECtnz abandoned her dream of making the underworld into a land of beauty and became a ruthless goddess. What do we fight to protect? So that is why JP-rKyECtnz was so. Then what about me? What are you saying I have to betray? The only one who can decide that is you, nekoxx. However, the circumstances and religions are not very compatible with Mictlan's. Unlike the other servants, you will have to pay a much steeper price. Even if many terrible hardships await you ahead, think of it on it well. Becoming an altar is no doubt going to prove a point of no return for you. Of course, I arrived at this conclusion after thinking on it well. I know what it is I have to betray and also what offering it is I have to give up to this world. Our underworld is one where offering is to measure the weight of one's sins after death. The Aztec world is one where it is offered to the gods. When in Rome, do as the Romans do, wasn't it? I cannot imagine a betrayal greater than this. So much so that I do not know how long it will be before I can look the many esteemed pharaohs in the face again. Stop it. Stop. I said I shall not look where Camazotz's words forgotten. Your heart and pride are not something to be offered up to any other. They are what you offer to yourself. They are what signify your dignity. O woman, you fierce tragic woman, become not some tribute to the gods. Live not for the sake of some other. No further, reduce not your life to ashes any further. I see, now I understand the reason why you impulsively saved me. You lived on all this time by forgetting all there is to forget and by granting yourself not a single thing. You kept yourself in control by making sure to never recall the past so that you would never wish to take your own life. You imposed upon yourself the punishment of undying perpetuity in order for your lost human history to be kept saved. There could be nothing more foolish. Camazotz has no such feelings. Because to forget is nothing but trouble, because all that matters is that I remain. The kingly body that is for which The people of the Khan offer up their own selves. There is room for not a single shred of regret in my battle. Then I shall offer myself up as well. The heart that upon my death is to be measured by for my sins. I need no longer. O Anubis, god of the netherworld, bring judgment upon my soul. Henceforth, I am no incarnation of the sky god. I'm the one who embraced vengeance, the manifestation of the one who metes out divine punishment, the god of the netherworld. Neferu sent Anubis, the altar queen Nitocris. In nature, I will accept the price of our wager before. By convening this fourth underworld is now my domain. As such, I enact a new decree. Those who find themselves in this underworld are forbidden from forgetting anything. And now, King of Bats, we do battle. Undying warrior who fled for punishment over 6 million years. As atonement, I shall grant you a fitting end.
忘却を禁じる。忘れることを許さぬだと。
ガンガン行こうか。
最高のカードを君。
魔法機
新
冥府では報酬を転
が切り札か。
振るれ別れ我が手の上で弾けるがいい。切り上げ参りではいらっしゃい。よしやっつけちゃうぞ。空想苦言千の鎖道を
切り札か。
仰ぎなさい星を覆う天外を。どんな嵐であろうともどんな未来を待とうともこれを突破するのが私たちの課題なのさ。ボンビアージョまた会おう諸君。化粧の
一点から一点。
さてカウンティングオーバー。楽園の端に OK。
新冥府
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のみ通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
なだれ
切り込む。 さてカウンティングは
よーし、やっつけちゃうぞ。あちらもどうぞ。駆け抜けるは前人未到。未完の馬よ、輝ける轍を残せ。人生がとても楽しい。
This boss was so tough. He keeps debuffing us.
集まりではいらっしゃい。大きく眩しく小さくなだれとな参りトラ静か
一点から一点、そこだ。
猫の手のがマシだ。
はち切れそうでしょ。好き放題扱ってあげましょう。
一点から一点、
小さ空想苦言千に伝
が切り
道
札か。
仰ぎなさい。星を覆う天外を聞き分けうさ出直せ静かに切り抜
縛りがある大
けもっといけると思う。
そこだ。そこだ。
内熱衝撃弾装填します。内熱衝撃弾装填します。パラドクスエフェクターセット。
から一点、
日向火薬の匂い。機嫌大きくこの私が空想苦言千に鎖道を
切り札か。
仰ぎなさい。星を覆う天外を切り上げぴょんぴょん予想外のマスター。
そこだ。
示弾、はい、前に出ます。
一点から一
真冥府照準捉えました。バーニア突撃します。確実に
点から一点、
以前のようにはいきません。前に、はい。神明凍結展開。これは多くの道、多くの願いを受けた幻想の城。こうせよモールだキャメロット。
Damn it, I can't get buffs.
照準捉えました。バーニア突撃します。確実に
そこだ。
示弾装填します。照準捉えました。バーニア突 突撃します。確実に。ごめんなさい。
君に全チップをかけよう。頼むぞ。ハッピーエンドの話をしよう。
機嫌が良いので小さく眩しく真冥府では報酬を与えましょう。
が切り札か。
震え別れ我が手の上で弾けるがいい。集まりちぎり温めましょう。静かにちぎれます。
一点ただ一点。
What? Barton break! That's cheating!
あちらもどうぞ。眩しく大きく流れ込む。そういう
おっと。
縛り場の大釜よ。
もっといけ。
猫。
はち切れそうでしょ。なんて機嫌大きくいいでしょう。空想具現天に鎖道を
切り札か。
仰ぎなさい。星を覆う天外を光踊る国家二十。
戦士たちよ、市民たちよ、命を捧げるほどの王だったのか、家族を捧げるほどの国だったのか。であれば、であるのならば、一点ただ一点。縛り場の大釜よ。
環境破壊。
そこだ。
好き放題扱ってあげましょう。私あいいでしょう。新山幽谷経典道地改ざん名号天神地これぞ列強天揺らすウトの鳴き声名をよろずの乗りとなり国家二十清掃のですね。降り注げ
そこだ。
あ、これ無理です。
そこだ。
オルテナウス。
君に全チップをかけよう。頼むぞ。
機嫌小さ眩しくでは報酬を与えましょう。
が切り札か。
震え別れ我が手の上で弾けるがいい。引き分けそういう回る では眩しく大きく感受さ故郷の
切り砕か
この城の水の月の城にようこそ熱し薄ますると静かに散ります文字通り手はいくらでもあるのさ。
さてカウンティングオーバー。
日向の火薬の匂いはち切れそうでしょ。後半抑制好き放題扱ってあげましょう。幸福勧告機嫌がご冗談を平服せよ崇拝せよ。これなるは神の一方我が会社知恵ある者はひれ伏せがいい。水クーラーセブンドライブでは報酬を与えましょう。
が切り砕か
震え別れ我が手の上で弾けるがいい。切り上げ
What? How many revives does it have?
あちゃーこれ
そこだ。
That's one more, okay.
リラックス。
小さくいいでしょう。化粧のぴょんぴょんぴょん熱し薄ま無駄ですよ。満足です。つい指も踊りました。
BGM unit still alive. We haven't managed to fully neutralize him yet. We gotta finish him off. It's now or never, Yuki. Camazotz. Ha 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 ha. Nitocris, is she unconscious? Oh no, that spot's dangerous. She'll fall into the depths of the ravine. Mictlan, hurry. Gotta do my damage. Sure. Camazotz took Nitocris into her arms and descended, but wait. The way he looked now just almost was like... It almost looked like he was protecting her. I was hasty to say there could be nothing more foolish, consequently I can no longer describe this as above its foolishness. Pulling out one's heart, something not even I would dare do, the pain scares me. Queen, I shall correct you on one thing, whoever may die, I will never grieve. A million my people stood at the principle of our species' extinctions. Tears are sadness, and happiness, cries, lamentations, and of exhalation. Crying families then threw themselves into crucible, begging me to let us die. Not let us die. Laughing words threw themselves into crucible, imploring me to save us all. At the bottom of that crucible, with a body that amounted to no more than a limbless piece of flesh, I had to watch it all unfold. My mind was at ease, another one instead was about the extent of my reactions. Their deaths were their lives. Even with the lives being offered me before my very eyes, that was no different from what had played out before me, the life I had up until now, then. It's always the same. Be the parents, wives, or friends, no matter who died, griefs never came to me. And yet, I was someone who would shed tears, tales of fiction. Truly, no matter who died, I never felt weight of my sins. I was indifferent to the death of the others, and the death of myself, and that's why I became a king. All while wondering truly, what am I to do so that I may shed tears like a human would? A strange tale, is it not, that someone like that would worry themselves over a single woman? Still to remember is still a good thing. The time had passed is now before my eyes. The things that have lost are brought back in all of their beauty over and over and over again. I understand now. It may not be forever, but I suppose this is what it means to live on after one's passing. It is certain to have somewhere around here. Hopefully she regained consciousness in the middle of the fall, but... She's here. It's nekoxx. No apparent injuries. She appears to be safe and sound. nekoxx. I'm sorry to have made you worry. I lost consciousness after running out of magical energy and then accidentally fell. When I woke in the middle of the fall, I managed a safe landing. Perhaps Orcers was watching over me. Where's Camazotz? What about him? When I woke up, he was nowhere to be found. Besides, did you not sling him up on the summit? So then, what does it matter? That man will never sulk about in the darkness ever again. At the very least, I cannot hear the sounds of Camazotz's wing. The bats that filled the kill also seem to disappear. The greatest friend of Mictlan, the god of death, Camazotz, has been slain by your hands. Anyway, a glorious victory, Mashuki. I'm expecting no less from coalitionist. It makes me so proud of you. Yeah, even if it's only limited to the influence of the mankind within Mictlan, Camazotz was of the beast class. The fact I managed to defeat him on our own is practically a miracle, and that was only possible because of your help, nekoxx. You obtained the altar form just like the other three, but in your case it appears to have more limited rate. Naturally, to activate beckoning Anubis into my body is something I could never have endured outside of the underworld. It means something the matter, my coalitionist. But I can't say no without undermining her resolve. No, nothing, thank you, nekoxx. Even the dinosaur guard had disappeared. That is what those worthless imbeciles get for dying cretins. The dinosaur king has died, and the fighters have been wiped out. With this, the incident has come to an end. That won't end just at the city. Be it Chaldea or the Cryptor. If they are left to their own devices for any longer, our world will soon fall to ruin. The way the dinos live, they cannot understand the logic. No, they do understand, but still ignores it. On account of their own might, they have neither will to live nor sense of danger. That will never change. Even unto death, no, even in spite of how long we live. An intellect that will never compare itself to others can never walk the path of progress. A year, a month, a day, a second. The only dinos who know this trick was ultimately me, as the only short-lived species. No matter, there's no point in me criticizing my fellow dinos at this point. What's important is to survive, to innovate. Izakali has prepared a place for me in Mystical City. It seems even the Okalimi or creatures in need of priests, I'll use those stupid apes and make sure that I, at the very least, survive. that should be it for this chapter. But the new chapter will have to wait for a bit.